So, what is the easiest way to learn a new language? In this case, let's explore the process of learning English. English is a global language, so the focus on this language is everyone wants to speak English nowadays. So the first thing to while learning a new language is getting started. Let me draw a Cartesian plane, and so we must get started now. The first step on learning English or learning any language, Quechua, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, Peruvian, Estonian, and so on and so forth. The first step is get started. You get started. When you get started, there is the zero point when you don't know anything about that language. And so when you take one step, take one step, it is the time when you hear it for the first time. You never heard it before, and that is the first time you get an encounter with that language. The second step, and the one I want to call it, you have to find a teacher, a private tutor. That's the best way to learn a new language. You have a private tutor, someone who has experience in the field, that will make it easier for you to get familiar with the language. So finding a new tutor. Let me use another color. Finding a tutor. So sorry, I will use the eraser now. So it's finding a new tutor. Finding a tutor. After, well, in my case, was 6 months after get familiar with the basic readings, vocabulary, and all that stuff that is A1 until B and A1, A2 or B1. That would be the basics. And then when you just take the next step, when you know the language, when you are familiar with most of the vocabulary used in day-to-day speaking, your ears get those sounds. But what happens is that at this stage you have to master communication, and that's the next step. But in finding a tutor and spending 6 months of your life learning with that teacher, maybe it could be a local teacher that accommodates to your price to the budget. Uh, After that time is spent, you are already familiar with most of the vocabulary used in a conversation. After that, you or in the process, you need to find books that are interested to you, movies, cinema, go to the cinema with English movies, read poems, tongue twisters. Get familiar, enjoy the process. At this stage, you need to familiarize yourself with the language. Familiarize yourself with the language. So that's the acronym. And then, after you get familiar with the language, the last process is at this stage, you are already fluent. You understand 90% of the conversation, you can convey your ideas, but at this point is the time when you master communication. Mastering communications is something that even for native speakers is even hard. They cannot speak for 3, 4, 5 minutes, an hour, give a conference. So at this stage, you are mastering something that even someone who has born with the ability to speak that language, that's the process for them as well. So it's mastering communication skills. That's the last one. Mastering communications skills. Mastering communication skills is the last block in your journey through learning English or learning any language. And in the process, you can break it down can break it down this into smaller processes like reading, writing, speaking, and in speaking, uh, only to those who comment on the description, I would give them a few bonuses like websites, uh, ideas that my process, how I learn, and that's up to you. Just comment on the description box below, and I will teach you, or I will uh, write on the box uh, things that I went through, how you can overcome it, and this is the process. And someone may ask me, and what is the easiest way? What is the easiest way? There's no easier way. You have tools like ChatGPT, but I learned with ChatGPT. I learned Portuguese. Eu também falo português, just a little bit, no, not so much. I learned it with ChatGPT and with a private tutor. Maybe Henan, if you watch this video, you were my teacher, and I will for the rest of my life, I will be thankful and grateful that we were a student, a teacher, and student. So, what will be the end? Key takes away. Start, start. You have to get started. New language learning a new language does not come as a surprise. You wake up one day and you speak. You need to get your hands dirty. And if you want a private tutor and if you think that I'm the best choice for you for your area, my name is Jason Narvaez. I have more than 5 years of experience teaching English and Spanish. Nowadays, I'm teaching Spanish as well. So if you want me to take you by the hand and not to marry you, to teach you English, just I will leave my private number, and you can comment as well on the description. Uh, so that will be the end of this video. If you like it, please hit that bell down below. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Thanks for watching.